he's on cruise.
Yeah, I think he's just running his car just hard enough right now.
Yeah, looking at the lap times, he's not running anywhere near what he could run, I don't think.
Busch again to the bottom, trying to scratch and claw out a second place from Dale Jr.
And with 20 laps to go coming to the line, Denny Hamlin in the 11 has pretty clear racing.
I don't know, Larry. It's hard to say. It's not. It may be going down, but it's not down.
No, that right front's rolling over all the way to the yellow letters.
If it's me, you cannot. You got to be sure, man. You can't take a chance.
Oh, Junior's there on the outside, and Busch is there on the inside.
When you get this late in a race, you always hear things. You always
look at him right here, though. Three wide off turn 2.
That can't work, but it did.
And Dale Earnhardt Jr. comes out with the lead. They'll be coming to 17 laps to go.
That's the way to do it, baby. That's the way to do it. Come on, stay focused. 17 to go. You're the man.
Was a power move.
Get it. It's there.
That took a lot of confidence, and it took confidence on all 3 of them to make it.
Hamlin's car pushes up, and he surrenders third to Clint Bowyer.
Driving away.
Clint Bowyer will take that 3rd position away. Now Denny Hamlin's going to fall into the clutches of Mark Martin.
To go 16.
That's the 11.
Well, I tell you what, as we'll be coming to 10 to go, Dale Earnhardt Jr. in this 88 car, he has checked out to almost a 2nd lead over Kyle Busch in that 18.
What a car, man. Nice and smooth.
Biggest thing Dale Earnhardt Jr. does not need right now is a caution.
He'll draw the caution sitting there.
He didn't need a caution. Junior didn't need a caution.
There's the caution.
What a shame.
A slow leak in the right front tire robs Denny Hamlin of victory, and now will cost him a lead lap finish.
And I'm going to tell you what, this is where those crew chiefs will earn their money down there right now, because we talked about the Nationwide Series race last night. These tires now have about 30 laps on them. And trust me, fresh tires will prevail here. When we get back to racing, it will be a single file restart,
but
too.
You've got 16 cars on the lead lap. You know at least half of them are going to come to pit road.
So the first 6 drivers stay on track. Dale Earnhardt Jr., Kyle Busch, Clint Bowyer, Mark Martin, Tony Stewart, and Martin Truex. The question will be, is 6 cars in that line enough of a cushion for Dale Jr. to hold off the drivers that just got 4 fresh tires?
It's not that bad.
Excuse me. When they come back, it'll be 1 to go. We'll have 5 laps to finish it.
Oh, man. How come every week we get into one of these things? God, those old bodies were ugly, weren't they?
We used to race those.
We used to race those silly things.
Green flag this time by. Will it be Junior? Kyle Busch, Clint Bowyer, Mark Martin, Tony Stewart, Martin Truex? Or will it be the first to the car with fresh tires? That's Kevin Harvick. Or Casey Kane, Ryan Newman, Carl Edwards. 5 to go. Green flag.
Oh, the 18
He spun the tires.
Big time.
And that lets the 07 Clint Bowyer pull right up there. And there goes Mark Martin in that Army car.
They just got blocked real big time going into turn 1.
Boy, Kyle Busch got a great run off turn 2 down the back straightaway. You know he'll pack it down into turn 3.
Oh, he's boogieing down in there, baby.
But will it stick?
And Junior gives him the bottom. Car washes up.
Junebug's got that high line. He wants to run it, but I tell you, that 18's going to get under him right here.
3 to go.
Here he goes.
Junior goes up the hill. Let's see if he can get a bite on the bottom of the racetrack. They'll be side by side down the back straightaway.
Ooh, man, that was tight off turn 2. He's got him. Oh, I believe he's got him this time. Oh, he turned him.
No.
Oh, he turned him. No.
Now here comes Clint Bowyer.
Contact with Dale Earnhardt Jr. And it looks like the drought will continue.
Boys, I'll just tell you something. That ain't going to go over too good right there.
No, it's not.
I was afraid of that when it got side by side. Late in the race on the old tires.
Coming down the backstretch to turn 3.
I think you'll just see him. He just gets in there a little too hard. And, of course, Junior's not cutting him any slack. He's keeping him pinned down, but can't run over the man. That was just unfortunate. I feel sorry for Dale Jr.
This was going down the back straightaway. They're neck and neck halfway down the back stretch.
And you see Junior kind of roll out, but the 18 just gets up the hill a little too much and gets into him, and it turns him around.
And there just wasn't enough racetrack between them.
He's just there, and there's nothing, you know, it's just not, it doesn't work.
What I did not like what I saw the wheels on the 18 car turn to the right just ever so slightly.
Well, the fellow who had the best view was Clint Bowyer, and he'll share it with us.
It'll be a real good view for him coming off turn 4.
Oh, boy.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. will get these 4 fresh tires. He's still on the lead lap. We have 16 cars on the lead lap, and we're pretty much will have a 2-lap shootout when we get the green flag.
There's Mark Martin sitting back here, and look, Tony Stewart has gotten himself into the picture. Tony's up to 4th.
And Kevin Harvick is still the first car with the fresh tires in 6th place. Now, we've run a few laps. Is that still a factor?
Well, I think it is, but I don't think there's enough laps now. And besides, he didn't make very much progress with those new tires.
I'm not sure how much security they have here at Richmond, but they better be calling more.
I don't know about you, Larry, but I'm staying up here for a while.
And this is what we have.
When you get down to 10 to go, you get inside that window, man. You take both gloves off.
Busch was at the center of it. Stephen Wallace bumped him out of the way. He bumped Stephen, and Stephen rammed him in turn 1. And when Kyle went to talk to Stephen about it, Stephen grabs his helmet, and Kyle says, "Come on, you want some of me?" Till that point, it was just racing.
Yeah. Right now, I'm trying to figure out an escape plan myself.
You know those black helicopters you're always seeing? You want one?
I'm not worried about me. I'm worried about it. I'm worried about the guy driving the 18 car. How's he going to get out of here?
A lot of drivers in this sport who've wanted to win badly and who've made ill-timed moves late in the race. And one of the biggest of them was Dale Earnhardt when he turned Terry Labonte around at Bristol. The fans didn't like it, but Earnhardt went on to become one of the biggest names in the sport. He was already. Didn't hurt much of his fan base, and you know, Kyle Busch has his detractors and his fans.
No, I didn't know about that much trouble, but I think he probably knew he was in trouble, because he probably knew that if he didn't hit him, he was going to run him up the hill to the point to where Kyle would have gotten back by him.
Still try and win this race.
I'm still going to try to win this race.
All right.
I mean, you got to, and I think he's that kind of driver. I don't think he lets things like that affect him.
No, sir.
I think that's a racing incident in his mind, and I'm going after the win if it's got to do the same thing to this cat. It's loose, and he starts washing up, and Junior's right on him. There's no room, and he gets into him. That got in there and got on the brakes really hard. It kind of reminds me of what happened to him at Martinsville when he wheel hopped into turn 300 Johnny Benson.
The minute he turned that wheel, that car got loose.
He's about to spin out right there. And Junior just happened to be the one that caught him.
And Larry, where you saw Kyle Busch's wheels turn to the right was where he was trying to straighten up his race car.
Yeah. That last replay showed it.
Yeah, it was not to try to turn that car up into Dale Jr.
Not at all.
Simple, and we've seen it. I was outside. I saw all the Dale Earnhardt Jr. fans standing up cheering him on, and it's going to be hard for them to understand that. They haven't had the privilege of hearing all this explanation that you guys have done. So I like DW is saying, I wouldn't want to be Kyle Busch right now trying to get out of Richmond, because it's going to be ugly. They're not going to forgive him for a long time to come. I believe it was a good, honest racing incident, but man, when you wreck a guy who hadn't won a race in 70-some races, it'd be a long time for somebody to explain that one.
You didn't just run. And he's right there with him as Tommy 18 is. Mark Martin right there, anticipated that start, laid back a little bit. He's got a good look at this thing.
Yeah, the guy that did not get a good restart was Tony Stewart back there. Boy, get down into turn 3 and 4. They'll be side by side. White flag this time.
That's what Clint Bowyer needed to see. Woo. Kyle Busch occupied with Mark Martin for second.
Yeah, Boyer's got it made now. I mean, this race with the Mark in the 18 car, he'll just drive off and leave them.
They're racing like crazy.
Well, they're side by side. One more time.
Like crazy behind you. Now,
this is it for the win. Clint Boyer's going to take it to the bank, take it to BB&T, and cash the check. He wins in Richmond.
Getting out of Richmond, I think his name was Grant, wasn't it? That may be as bad as this one here.
Yeah, we knew it all day, didn't we?
In his 83rd start, Clint Bowyer scores his second Sprint Cup Series win. What a night. Denny Hamlin leads over 380 laps, can't win it. Dale Jr. gets the lead in the closing laps, can't win it.